opening. Continued discussion. Kate Fisher.
Regarding members electors, I think Homer, myself, I'm not sure if Ms. Tuttle was one of the charter
No, she was.
members of the
No.
outfit. When Mr. Reserve came to me, proposed the Mayport-Waterfront partnership first day, I asked him what we needed it for. We thought the Civic Association was doing a pretty good job. We were moving forward on our sewer projects as well. We think we can help and we've got money. We could point to them, play the role. Well, we thought about it, and I think we had our first meeting. Homer, you can correct me at any time, jump right in there, because you were on the first board of fund. We met with John Reserve and Lou, and I'm not sure who some of the other folks were, but folks from over in the city. Councilman Max Leggett was at our meeting. We talked about a lot of stuff. Started putting together our mission statement, and we started getting around to the part, well, who will be on the board? We started talking about the business people in Mayport, folks from the Navy and the Coast Guard, and the bar pilots, yada, yada, yada. You've all heard this story probably more times than you ever want to hear it again. But the questions that we got from the folks in the community was, what do we need all of them counties from over there in Jacksonville and Atlantic Beach and so forth coming over here telling us what to do with Mayport? And I think our comment was somebody needs to pretty soon, because it's starting to fall off into the river, and it was. And this was what, 1997, 98?
1997.
97. Kind of getting gray, Homer. It's a long time ago.
Hopefully it was 95.
Well, we got all organized. Well, Luke wasn't part of it. It was Daphne Schmidt. And she was kind of a ditzy blonde female, but she was smart. Oh, she was smart. And those of us from the village that ended up on that council, the folks of us that remember the old days. I've been here a little over 30 years. I remember Hobart Fact, Captain Raymond. All these people are dead and gone. Mr. Bill Williams over there in Chichimo. They didn't need people from over in Jacksonville coming out here. We had 5 restaurants working along this river out here. But we kind of encouraged them that we do need people from the city, from the state, from the close around communities to help. And I think the first 3 communities were us and Cortez and San Marco Island were the first 3.
San Carlos.
St. Andrews Bay, San Carlos, and us were the first
Panama
ones.
City.
Yeah, Panama City, and then down by Fort Myers Beach. Well, Homer and I and Daphne went down to the very first meeting that they had. They had a little bit different situation than we had. First thing is they had their city government willing to throw money at them with both hands down there to help them with their waterfront. We didn't have that. We had the state EPA bearing down on the city to do something about this sewer. Dwayne Williams and old Ben Hewitt and I and Sandra and Sammy and Tyler Greenwell went down there to City Hall and we talked about the people in the public works about the sewer system. The sewer system was something that they were going to have to do because these package plants out here across the length of this street were polluting this river. Anybody remembers how it stunk out here? And that was Civic Association at that time getting it all started. But once the partnership got on board, bam, it happened right away. It was something we recommended it be done, and at that time they took our point very seriously. We're right to look at that. And it took them like almost forever to get everything done. They turned $1 million project into almost $5 million because they had a lot of stuff that they didn't do right. The point being is we had a lot of diversified minds out here from all around the area to help put this little package together. We had Luka Kovic and come along later, and he was our communication with the city. We do not have that now, boys and girls. And that's killing us right here. Somehow or other, we got to get the word downtown and doing that. I don't know what to tell you. We've tried everything. We've been to the city council or whatever. They're not interested in what we're doing out here. They want us to go quietly. But that's the way city government is now. We don't have them really kick-ass city councilmen down there. Like Warren Alvarez used to come to every partnership meeting. Every meeting. So is Max Leggett. I haven't seen Mr. Holt be elected. He's sorry ass to the city council. You put that in your paper, Mr. Drew. I feel like I'm not doing that. Say what you want. You've come a long way, baby. But yes, we got to keep the lines of communication open in this room. I'm sure you're a very nice person. I'm sure you have all the good intentions and everything, what you'd like to see from Mayport. Us folks that remember the old days out here, not very many of us in the room that live in the village anymore. Some of us come here every day, some of us don't work in the village. Most of us don't work in the village because there's no work in the village. But the fact of the matter is, we're still part of Jacksonville, still part of the state of Florida. There's going to be some bitter pills that's going to have to be swallowed, but I think we got to live peacefully in coexistence. Like I told Mr. Roll one day, Mr. Roll, I said, that's your piece of property up there, and we cannot tell you what to do with that piece of property, but you can't tell me what to do with mine either. Mr. Rowland, you can sell your piece of property to anybody you want to. He agreed with me on that, and he did. And that's the way it is. If you don't want somebody to do something, and you've got a piece of property for sale, and somebody that wants to do something that's against what your principles are, don't sell it to them. Then you can't build something on it that you don't want to build. The folks along that river sold their property. We may have to accept things coming up in the future that we don't like. So I'm kind of at a point where I'm saying we may have to make some adjustments here in our way of thinking and get along, and maybe if we communicate, which I've heard that word several times, I'm really starting to like the word. We have opportunities here, maybe to make the pill one of them soft little gel pills and one of them big old hard horse pills to swallow. We got to start thinking outside of the boat, so to speak. Because I don't think the boats are going to be the answer to the financial crisis. There might be a boat that's going to be the answer to the financial crisis, but maybe it can be easier to swallow if we work a little more in conjunction. We tried to do that for 12.5 years now that we've been together. And Homer, I agree with almost everything that falls off of your pen. The history and preservation of the historical stuff out here has got to be one of our primary things, regardless of the changes that we make in the business side. The preservation of the history has got to be woven into this somehow. And I know Homer's very in tune on this, and I thank you for all your good information over all of the years, even before the Civic Association. When I was talking with Clyde over on the base, Homer's name kept coming. That's all I got to say. I'm out of here pretty quick. I got to go.